Hi everybody, welcome to the second episode of, why is my camera so blurry? But yeah, so welcome to the second video of my series, Pastor's Wife 101, and this is going to be on how to run a very effective Sunday school and very fun and stress-free Sunday school class, okay? So if you're in the children's ministry and you run the Sunday school and everything that has to do with Sunday school and the children, these tips hopefully will help you guys, okay? So now these tips will hopefully help you guys, okay? So sorry, my camera is being so weird. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so my tip for my first tip is to be prepared. So you want to be prepared for Sunday school. You don't want to just show up last minute on Sunday morning and throw a lesson together, okay? You don't want to do that because that is not how that's a no-no. Okay, you want to be prepared. By prepared, I mean that you are going to prepare your lesson, come up with a lesson a week ahead of Sunday morning, and you make sure, if you are teaching the children about the story of Adam and Eve, you want to make sure you know everything about Adam and Eve, and you are able to answer every question that a child might ask in Sunday school about the story of Adam and Eve. Okay, you want to be prepared. You don't want to just show up and just read that story and then move along. You want to make sure you are very knowledgeable with the story, and that you know what you're talking about is very important. I have these tips written down because I don't want to miss important points that I want to bring across to you guys. So you need to be prepared. Make sure when you are teaching the children this story, children can see. Children can tell if you know what you're talking about. For example, you don't want to show up and just teach and then not know and basically kind of misinform the kids, okay? You want to know what you're talking about. For example, if a child asks you a question, I just gotta fix my hair, sorry. So make sure you know what you're talking about, okay? A teacher that is well prepared is a good teacher. It's a teacher that's going to get information through the kids effectively, and the kids are going to understand the story very effectively, and you are and that you are well informed. You don't want to misinform, okay, the kids, okay? You want to make sure this story really touches the kids, and that you want to remember that these kids that you are teaching are basically your teachings are going to stick with them for the rest of their lives. So you want to make sure you're very prepared in your lessons, okay? And that you really put a lot of time and effort to it. And also you make sure you're Sunday morning, you want to make sure you're at least a half an hour early to church. Prepare, set chairs up, and prepare your lesson. Write down the lesson on the board or whatever it is. Grab all the things that you may need for that lesson, that they're set out and they're ready to go for when Sunday school starts, okay? You don't want to be running around the middle of the class trying to find things to run the class. That's not a good thing, okay? So being prepared is very important, okay? And number 2 is to form a relationship with the children, okay? Build a relationship with the children, okay? Children want to become the children's friend, okay? If the children are scared of you, and they feel that they can't talk to you, then that is not a good thing. You want to make sure that you're the children's friend, and that the children take time to really connect with the children, take time to really connect with the children and build relationship with them. Find out what they love to do, what their favorite sport is, what their favorite subject in school is. Find out that information, and when their birthdays are. Just build relationship with the children. Yeah, so build a relationship with the children. Okay, and then most importantly, you want to make sure you treat the children equally and fairly. Okay. And then you want to make sure you live what you're preaching. Okay, the children have to be able to look at you as the role model and someone that they can so the children want to be, you make sure that you preach, make sure you live what you're preaching. Okay, the children have to be able to relate to you, and they have to be able to respect you and and look at you as a role model. If you're teaching Sunday school and you're teaching them one thing and then you're doing another out there, you best believe that the children are not going to respect you, and they're not going to take you seriously. They're not going to take your lessons very seriously. So you want to make sure you live what you're preaching, and that you're a good role model to them. Make sure you're a good role model to them. Okay. So number 3 is use the same classroom. You want to use the same classroom because children they feel secure with the same routine, or if they're in the same environment, they feel safe, and so they don't like changes all the time. So you want to make sure that you're using the same classroom, something that they're familiar with every day, every Sunday. So use the same classroom. But use the same classroom, but change the setting. Don't make it all like this. Change the setting, whether it be changing the sitting arrangement, or maybe reorganizing some things. So change the setting, but keep the same classroom. What was I? And then my other tip, where was I? So my number 4 tip is to keep the children's interest. Okay, so you want to make sure that your lessons are not the same, boring. That you want to make sure that your lessons are not run the same way every Sunday. Have varied lessons, have different lessons, or teach them a different way. Because then that keeps the children's interest. Okay, children get bored easily. I know that. Believe me, I know. Children get bored very easily. Children get very bored easily. They have a very low boredom threshold, so they get really bored easily, and so you want to make sure you're that creative teacher. Sorry, my chair is kind of far. Okay, so you want to make sure that you keep the children's interest, whether it's maybe singing a song, playing games. Don't be that Sunday school teacher that's always running quizzes. Quizzes are fun. Yes, they love quizzes, and children love competition. They love quizzes, but you don't want to make sure that your class is not about quizzes every Sunday. Okay, make sure there's some fun games in there. There is some coloring, and there is maybe even like an outdoor event. Make sure that your lessons are different every Sunday. Taught differently every Sunday, not just not every Sunday, but that the lessons are varied. Okay, that they're not the same every Sunday. yeah. So what I do is for my Sunday school is what I do is that other Sundays I would just to keep the children's interest. Sometimes I'll sing a song. Sometimes like our church is very close to the park. Sometimes I will just after I've done a very short lesson, I would take them to the park and we will play ball and just kind of have fun with them. Um, and then other times I'll get my younger volunteers to kind of help me with the lesson, and then sometimes we will do a dance ministry where we choreograph a dance to a song that we really love, and that's just how I keep my children's interests. Okay, so make sure that you keep your children interested in the lesson, and that so that they will enjoy coming to Sunday school and that they'll come back. Okay, so those are my tips for running a very fun and effective, a very fun Sunday school, and not a boring Sunday school. Those are my tips that will hopefully make your life a little bit more easier as a Sunday school teacher, and that you'll find Sunday school very enjoyable. Okay, all right. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you. Be blessed. Bye.